Air is always there. Hello, good evening to all of you. My first confirm that my voice is audible and the PPT is visible and everything is okay so that I can start the session. So just confirm me once in the chat box about the PPT and about my voice. Yes, sir. Okay. So we are going to start the session on a very important topic. That is our bank branch audit. We all know that this time is a special time for bank branch audit, and we all are going for bank branch audit. Okay, sir. So Just name says about the course, that is refresher course on bank branch audit. Sir, I know very well that you all are chartered accountant and you all are aware about the bank branch audit, and most probably every year you are doing the bank branch audit. Okay, so there is nothing new in this session. We are going to discuss each and every point from a practical point of view. Okay, and also I am going to refresh the concepts regarding bank branch audit, because we all know that bank branch audit is a one time task. Okay, we are going to do in the month of April. Okay, so हो सकता है कई सारे concept, multiple concepts are there which are very much unique. So in this course we are going to discuss each and every point, that is I am going to cover the basic of bank branch audit till the advanced level in a practical way. Okay sir, so the mode of communication for this session will be Hindi and English, and most probably maximum we will cover in English itself, so not an issue. And also I am going to share multiple practical examples, multiple practical scenarios regarding bank branch audit, and I am also going to share certain techniques that how we can collect the sample while doing our bank branch audit, and while doing the bank branch audit from the office, that is computer based audit, or at the time of visiting the bank branch. Okay sir, so just one more information from my side: if you have any query regarding any point during the session, then this is my request to you: please comment the same in the chat box so that we can take the query at the time of that query itself. Okay, we are not going to wait for the last moment. Or post session, if you have any query, then you are free to raise the queries on my WhatsApp number. I will give you the reply within a given time. Okay sir, so bank branch audit material already shared on your WhatsApp and in the WhatsApp group which we had created. Okay, so and sir, about bank branch audit, I just want here in this session we are going to discuss on bank branch audit. Okay, I am not a teacher and I am not deliberating something about bank branch audit. We are just discussing that how we can conclude the bank branch audit in a given time, in a minimum time, with our 100% of efforts and with quality. Okay, because sir, in bank branch audit we are seeing that continuously the scope of bank branch audit is reducing for ourselves. Okay, earlier it was 100%, then 90%, 80%, and continuously it is decreasing. Okay, and from next year RBI says that it is completely based on the banks. Okay, so this is a really very dangerous situation. And sir, बैंक ब्रांच ऑडिट कम हो रही है, ब्रांचेस मिलना कम हो रही है, ये सब बात ठीक है, इज दैट ओके? बट व्हाट इज द रीजन बिहाइंड दिस? वी नीड टू टॉक ऑन रीजन ऑल्सो. ओके, सो अगर मैं बात करूं लास्ट कुछ ईयर्स में, हाउ मच एमओसी was provided by the branch auditors, कितने एमओसी यहाँ पर आए हैं, कितने मेमोरेंडम ऑफ चेंजेस यहाँ पर सबमिट हुए हैं, यहाँ पर ब्रांच ऑडिटर्स ने दिए हैं बैंक्स को. और we are saying that branch managers are not giving us the opportunity to give the MOC. Sir, this logic is not correct. Okay, so this is our responsibility to give quality. Okay, if we are giving the quality at the time of bank branch audit, then RBI will realize that there is a quality, so they will continue the same. Okay, there are multiple issues are there in bank branch. We all know there are multiple issues, multiple defaults are there in bank branch. Okay, and we can report the same, but we are reporting in LFAR. Sir, I'm just giving you the concept. We are going to discuss on each and every point in detail, but we are giving it in LFAR, or we are just passing journal observations in LFAR. Okay, so and we are not giving the same in our main report or in our statutory report or in a MOC part. So in our today's session, we are also going to discuss that what are the scenario in which we can give the MOC. Okay, so sir, I am going to start the bank branch audit from its basic till its advanced level. So just I am going to start the basics of this bank branch audit. One more request to you, you may give this video, you may give the access of this video to your staff and to your article, so that they will be aware about the bank branch audit. Because for conducting the bank branch audit in a limited time, we have a very limited time, that is 5 to 7 days or 10 days, and we need to conclude 2 to 3 branches in this given time. Okay, or there are multiple reports are available which we need to prepare for conducting the bank branch. So we have a limited time, and we need to conclude the same in a limited or given time. Okay, so first requirement is that you have a good team. Okay, so this is my request to you, you may give access these videos to your article and staff, so that your team will be aware about the bank branch audit. Sir, I am going to start the basic. Sir, name says bank branch audit. So we are going to audit of a particular bank branch, that means the activities of that bank branch. Okay, we are going to audit of the activities of that bank branch, sir. So first, when we are going for income tax, or when we are doing income tax for our client, in that case we are first checking that what is the nature of that client, what are the product, what are the services in which that clients are going to deal with. Sir, मेरी बातें आपको समझ आ रहा है ना? Everything is okay ना? If you have any doubt, you are free to raise the same in the chat box. Chat box is open in front of me. So sir, in case of income tax, we are going to check the activities, that what are the activities, what are the nature of business of my client, and on that behalf, we are going to decide the audit. Okay, we are going to decide the way of that audit. So, in case of bank branch, that means when we are going to audit for a bank branch, we first need to know the activities or the transactions which the bank branch is going to do in its business. So first, we all know that bank is doing the deposits. Bank is taking the deposits and giving interest on that deposit. Okay, and also bank is also involved in the business of advances. That is, we can say that in the business of loans. Okay, so maximum, if I am talking from, these are the two area in which banks are dealing. Ab now we should focus on that the activities, that is a specific activity for that bank branch, that is a the branch is agricultural branch, or the branch is MSME branch, or the branch is forex branch. Okay, on that behalf we should decide our audit program. So as the content at the time of our discussion on bank branch audit, first we need to discuss on the planning part. Sir, why planning required? When we are doing the tax audit, in maximum cases, we are not doing any type of planning. Okay, in case of small clients, because वहां पर हमारे पास में थोड़ा सा टाइम होता है. Here we have a limited time, that is we need to conclude the bank branch audit within 5 to 7 days. Such a limited time. Okay, or we have 2 to 3 branches. So the first requirement for conducting a bank branch audit in an efficient way is your planning. Okay, and these are the very relevant area on which we need to focus on these areas. Because sir, डे बाय डे स्कोप हमारा कम होता जा रहा है. हम सबको पता है कि स्कोप इज इन अ reducing way. So we need to plan in a right way, in a correct way, and to perform our duties, so that quality will given to the RBI. ओके, ब्रांच मैनेजर कुछ भी बोले हमको उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. वी नीड टू फोकस ऑन द कमेंट्स ऑफ रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, बिकॉज वर्क हमको रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया देने वाली है. और एज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, एज अ प्रोफेशनल, दिस इज माय रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, because we are presenting ICAI. So this is our responsibility to present in a best or better way. So sir, first we need a planning to conduct the bank branch audit in an efficient way. So first, the written audit program. Suppose one bank has empaneled you as an auditor for the financial year 2022-2023. Okay, and you got the appointment letter already. Certain branch banks has already sent the appointment letter. Okay, in case of continue auditors, or Canada Bank has also started sending the letters for new auditors. Okay, so for more updates on bank branch audit, you may comment any type of query in the chat box, or in the our WhatsApp group. Sir, first requirement is that audit program. Sir, what do you mean by this audit program? Just suppose you receive the appointment letter from a particular bank. So, first of all, you need to prepare a written audit program and in which you should decide your team. So, this is my suggestion. First, you should decide your team or in your team. दो पार्ट करने हैं हमको हमारी टीम के. फर्स्ट इज ट्रेडिशनल और सेकंड इज टेक्नोलॉजी. वी ऑल नो दैट विदाउट टेक्नोलॉजी in current situation, in current scenario, this is impossible to conduct the bank branch audit. Okay sir, so we need to maintain our team in two parts. One is our traditional and another is our technical. Okay, just suppose if we are going to make a team of 4 persons for conducting a particular bank branch audit. Sir, I know these points are very much basic, but these are the pillar of your bank branch audit and these are the pillar of your quality during the bank branch audit. Hence I am going to discuss on that. Sir, if you have 4 persons, then you should divide 2% as your traditional and 2% as your technological. Because if you take the help of technology, in that case, you can do the bank branch audit in an efficient way. So, 2 persons are for technology background and 2 persons are for traditional. जिनको ये पता हो how we can select the sample. What is the relevant of various master circulars which are given by the RBI? How you can decide the MPA norms, that is IREC norms, income recognition and assets classification norms. How to deal, we can with that. So written representation, the first thing is that you need a team or you should divide your team in two way. That is one team in which you have the persons who has the knowledge of traditional approaches or another who has the knowledge regarding the technology. Okay sir, then you need to mention the timeline. Okay, just you are, I am just doing here that audit program so that it will be more convenient. First thing, we need to decide our team. Another thing, we need to decide the timeline in which we need to complete the bank branch audit, that is our start date or our end date. Okay, so that the program will be specific and we can think in a specific way. So first thing, we need a team. Second thing, we should decide the timeline. Team decide हो गई, timeline decide हो गई. Then after, we need to try to collect the data about the nature of that branch. Okay, and the same has to be right in your audit, written audit program, so that you can decide the program. Okay, in which way you need to do this audit. After that, NOC must be taken from previous auditor, no objection certificate. This is the must thing. We need to take NOC from the previous auditor, immediate previous auditors. In maximum cases, that is 10 to 15% cases, we found that there are no email IDs available or bank branch is not providing us the email ID. So in that case, we need to arrange the email ID and we need to send a request letter to that previous auditor regarding no objection certificate. Also, we need to talk that auditor with regard to the weakness and strength of that branch, because he has already conducted the audit last year for that specific branch. So we need to call to that previous auditor and talk about the strength and weaknesses and also take the NOC. Okay, this is also required. If there is any query post audit, in that case you need to submit that NOC also to the ICAI or various bodies. So कई बार ये छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं. So सर अभी आप जो ये एलिजिबिलिटी और यूसीएन नंबर, ये सारे के सारे स्टेप्स वी विल डिस्कस एट द एंड ऑफ द सेशन ऑन टुमारो. ओके, सो इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेरी रिगार्डिंग द पॉइंट्स, बिकॉज कंटेंट इन वेरी वाइड एंड वी हैव जस्ट 4 hours, I will provide you each and every reply of your questions in a given time, not an issue, but we will take these type of query in our and tomorrow session at the end. Today we are going to discuss on the content regarding bank branch audit. Okay sir, so that it will be more useful for us, and on the queries we can discuss on our tomorrow session at the end. So if you have any query regarding the content, you can raise the query. You are free to raise the queries. Now, sir, NOC must be taken from previous auditor. You should take the NOC. This is the must and required thing. Do hold a meeting with all engagement team members and assign them their duties. How you can assign? Based on the traditional and based on the technological. Okay, who has the technological knowledge, you should given that person the work regarding the technology, that is Excel extraction, because nowadays in current situation your bank audit is completely based on Excel techniques or tools. Okay, if you have the knowledge regarding Excel and if you have the knowledge regarding the data analytics, then in that case, you can easily complete that audit in a limited or given time. Or without that, it is not possible, because in current situation there are huge quantum. Okay, because every business is depends on the banking, so there are huge quantum and you have limited time. So technologies must. So you need to divide your team. You should hold a meeting with your engagement team. Okay, and you should discuss the nature of that bank branch, how you are going to start the bank branch, what will be your first step at the time of entering to the bank branch. Okay, what the things you are going to check while entering to the bank branch, because दिस इज अवर प्राइमा फेसिया रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। जब हम लोग फिजिकल वेरिफिकेशन, फिजिकल विजिट के लिए जाते हैं बैंक ब्रांच के अंदर, व्हेन वी आर एंटरिंग इनटू द बैंक प्रीमाइसेस, in that case we need to first check multiple things. Okay, the first thing is that GSTN board is available on the bank branch or not, and you found maximum cases there were no GSTN certificate available in the bank branches. Still GST has also 5 years back implemented, but आज भी वहां पर वो चीजें आपको नहीं मिलेगी. So these are the basic observations you need to take care. Okay, वहां पर एटीएम की कीज किसके पास में रहती है, बैंक ब्रांच को कौन ओपन करता है, जब आप फर्स्ट डे पे गए, दिस इज योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, यू शुड गो टू द बैंक बिफोर द ओपनिंग ऑफ दैट बैंक ब्रांच, so you can check that who are going to open that bank. Okay, these are the points which are really very silly, but these are the important point which we need to be take care. So ये responsibilities हमें decide करनी है at the time of our discussion with our audit engagement team. Okay, also hand over a copy of written audit program. We have decided the written audit program, that who is going to handle the technical work and what is included in that technical work, and who is going to handle the traditional work and what is the terms included in that traditional work. So this written program has to be given to each one of them. Okay, sir. Then I'm just initial level pay. I'm just talking from the planning part of view, point of view, that how we can plan a bank branch audit. Then take reference of ICAI guidance note. ICAI has released one guidance note regarding bank branch audit. Okay, and therein certain techniques are there. All the master circulars are there in the ICAI guidance note. If you want, I may share the same in the WhatsApp group. Just comment in the chat box so that I can share the same in ICAI guide in our WhatsApp group, or you can download it from ICAI official website. You can get the ICAI guidance note. Also, you can get the आरबीआई मास्टर सर्कुलर्स एट देयर. ओके, अगर आप सारे मास्टर सर्कुलर्स को गो थ्रू नहीं कर पाते हो, इन दैट केस यू शुड गो थ्रू द आईरेक नॉर्म्स एंड एसेट्स क्लासिफिकेशन रिलेटेड सर्कुलर्स. ओके, वी आर आल्सो गोइंग टू डिस्कस ऑन दैट इन आवर टुडेज सेशन. Do send a letter to the branch for your requirement in connection to the bank audit. Okay, after getting the appointment letter and after all this planning, you should once send a letter to your bank branch manager. ओके, एंड ऑल्सो सीसी के अंदर हमारा जो जोनल ऑफिस है, हमको उसको भी रखना है. वी शुड टेक नोट ऑफ इट. ओके, वी शुड मेक वन noticed one, that is one letter to our zonal office also, or in that letter we should mention our requirement, that what are the documents which we required for conducting the bank branch audit, and you should send those documents immediately, so that जो analysis वाला task है, जो analytical वाला task है, we can complete the task in our office itself before visiting the bank. Okay, for that purpose I am also going to discuss the document list which we need to demand from that bank branch manager before starting the bank audit, and work, and what are the work which we need to do on that list, on that documents. We are also going to discuss on that. send a mail to bank branch regarding management representation letter, MRL letter. You should ready the MRL letter also. And if you want, just comment in the WhatsApp group. I will also share you the format of MRL, and get the same duly signed by the manager who, when you visit the branch, also send engagement letter to the branch. Okay, so these are the a very important aspect which we need to be take care. Okay, we need to be take care that the engagement letter, the MRL should be signed by the branch manager, and we should take note of it. Okay, हमको उसको हमारे डॉक्यूमेंट की लिस्ट में भी रखना है, because if your firm is under peer review, if your firm is under peer review, I am not talking from any query IT कोई department से, but if your firm is under peer review, in that case at the time of peer review, that peer reviewer is also demanding those documents to you. So your so you should maintain these documents so that your report will be clean. Okay, sir. Or if there is any query by any ICI, RBI, or ED, in that case you should also present all those things, or they will demand all those things from you. So take note of it. Carefully check bank internal circular. Sir, बैंक ने आपको अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर भेज दिया, बैंक had sended you one appointment letter regarding the bank branch. In that case, your first responsibility, demand from that bank that please provide us the internal circulars for financial year 2022 2023. Okay, or in those internal circular, you will get multiple things. Okay, so you should take the internal circular of bank. Try to conduct the audit with technology. We had already discussed that without technology you can't complete the audit in an efficient way. Audit planning to include understanding of the branch software. Okay, you should know the branch software that branch is going to use the CPS software. What is the CPS software? Okay, that is Finacle है, या फिर आपका FitCube है, या फिर आपका CPS banks है. What is the software which is bank is going to use, so that before going to the bank, or before starting the bank audit, you should take note of it, that what are the commands for using that particular software. Because जब आप बैंक ऑडिट के लिए बैंक प्रीमाइसेस में जाओगे, और when you will ask certain commands from that bank manager or bank staff, तो वो आपके साथ टाइम पास करेंगे वहां पे, और you had a limited time, a very limited time. So you should prepare your team before starting that audit. फिनिकल कमांड्स या फिर जो भी सीपीएस सॉफ्टवेयर है उसके कमांड्स हमको ऑनलाइन पोर्टल पे मिल जाएंगे. ऑल द कमांड्स आर अवेलेबल इन गूगल इटसेल्फ. So we just need to download the file, or if you want that command in the WhatsApp group, chat, comment me. I will share you the commands also for conducting the bank branch audit. Okay, I have also considered certain commands, certain Finacle commands in the notes itself. So it's just a request, be prepared before starting the audit at the branch, because जब हमारी भी कोई ऑडिट करने आता है ना, हम लोग चाहते हैं कि वो कम से कम चीजें चेक करें. He will check minimum things, but there is our responsibility. We need to check each and everything. So for conducting the bank branch audit in an efficient way, हमको पहले से प्रिपेयर होना पड़ेगा, because बैंक मैनेजर और स्टाफ हमको वहां पर टाइम नहीं देने वाला है, वो केवल टाइम पास करेगा. Borrower accounts and generation of various MIS reports at the time of doing that bank branch audit. When you will demand certain documents or certain reports, bank manager or staff will say you that, sir, these reports are not available in our system, and these reports are not generated, or this is generated on monthly basis, or this is generated on weekly basis. Or सबसे common comment है, sir, these reports are generated at journal office itself, so we are not handling these tasks. So भैया तुम audit क्यों करवा रहे हो? Okay, so for that purpose we need to prepare our staff before starting the audit. हमको सारे अगर कमांड पता होंगे तो हम बोलेंगे चलो मैं निकाल लेता हूं, I am going to generate that reports. Okay, so हमको उन कमेंट्स को नहीं करना है, बिकॉज आज के टाइम पे सारे के सारे सीबीएस सॉफ्टवेयर फुल्ली एफिशिएंट है. सारी रिपोर्ट्स, ऑल द रिपोर्ट्स आर जनरेटेड. यू कैन जनरेट ईच एंड एवरी रिपोर्ट फ्रॉम those CBS softwares. Just you need to know the process to how to generate those reports. Understand bank branch system, branch banking system, that your branch is your agriculture, your branch is your MSME branch, your branch is your forex branch, business branch. What is the nature of that branch? You should understand the same, because on that behalf you can start the audit. and you can ask the queries, and you can generate the reports, and you can prepare your report on the behalf of that. Okay, so these are the requirements. So sir, planning part is okay for all of you or not? We had discussed just the planning part. So just comment in the chat box that the planning part is okay for all of you, then I will take the next point. How you can plan that bank branch audit? Sir, I am waiting for your replies. If you have any question regarding planning part, you may raise the same in the chat box. Uh, Else, I will start the list of documents. That is our discussion of the documents part. Sir, what are the documents which we need to be take care at the time of our bank branch audit? We need to take those documents before starting the bank branch audit or at the time of that bank branch audit. So, sir, first take the trial balance as on 31st March 2023. Okay, you need to take the trial balance as on 31st March 2023, and in all the banking softwares, the reports will be generated in text form. Okay, and this is my suggestion that you should not take the Excel from that particular software. If any branch or any journal office is providing you the Excel, you should say to that branch or to that journal officer, please give us, please provide in the text. Okay, because Excel के अंदर वो लोग वहां पर changes कर सकते हैं. The manipulation is possible in case of your Excel. You should generate the reports from the CBS software in text format. Okay, and then after the text format report, you should convert the same in Excel. Okay, how to convert the text in your Excel, I will share you in our tomorrow session. Agar aapko, if you know this one practical aspects during the bank branch audit, then you can easily conclude the bank branch audit. Just text to Excel. If you know this thing, then you can easily do your analysis, easily select your samples, easily raise your queries on various issue regarding bank branch audit. So just read it. You may go on YouTube, and you just this is just 2 to 3 minutes video. You can just search that text to Excel, how we can convert a text file into Excel. You will got the process, or I will also share with you. So you just need to take the trial balance as on 31st March 2023 and convert the same in Excel. After that, each and every part of your trial balance, or each and every item of your trial balance, tell your article that please check that figure with your balance sheet or profit and loss account of that branch as on 31st March 2023. Most probably you will find certain variations. Okay, branch manager says that sir, all process is automatic. This is the line which is fixed by that branch manager. That sir, in our bank, all the process is automatic, and all the things are generated from CBS itself, and manual intervention is not possible. Then why RBI is doing this audit? सर मैनिपुलेशन इज पॉसिबल, और मल्टीपल थिंग्स पे मैनिपुलेशन होता है. बिकॉज जब हम लोग अभी आगे देखेंगे सीबीएस, गार्बेज इन गार्बेज गार्बेज आउट, जैसा आप डालोगे वैसा आपको सीबीएस रिजल्ट दे देगा. आई एम ऑल्सो शेयर यू मल्टीपल एग्जाम्पल्स फॉर दैट एंड रियल एग्जाम्पल्स फॉर दैट, एंड यू विल फाइंड दैट देर आर पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ मैनिपुलेशन. सो in our first point, you should get the trial balance in text file and convert the same in Excel, and then compare the things from the balance sheet and profit and loss account which is generated from the CBS software. This task should be done by your article or a paid staff, whatever available. Closing circular issued by the bank head office for conducting the branch audit. Okay, all the banks are issuing that circular, so you should consider the particular circular also, because when you will start the eighth point, do certain tasks at your office before visiting the bank, like sample selection from Excel, convert certain files from text to Excel. I will share the same. This is same, that you are going to take certain documents from that bank branch on your mail. Okay, then collect that data, and if this data is in text file, then convert the same in Excel, and after Excel you just select the sample. How you can select the sample, we are going to discuss on that. Sir, my speed is also okay now, there is no issue with speed. So you just need to take the closing circular from the bank, because when while doing the audit, branch manager multiple time ye argue karega, sir this is mentioned in our internal circular. So before starting the circulars, take the internal circular or take the circulars issued by the head office, and then read those circulars carefully. And if there is any contravention with the circular issued by the Reserve Bank of India, in that case the circular issued by the Reserve Bank of India will be final, and you should take reference of that circular only. And you can also argue for that with the branch manager or with the journal office. Every bank issued the closing circular which contain the concerned area and list of certificate required to be certified by branch auditor, because at the time of finalization of bank branch audit, the branch manager will provide you a bunch of certificates, and you should sign on those certificates. So first, before starting the audit, you just check the what are the documents, what are the certificates which is required to be signed by a branch auditor, so that you can check the things accordingly. Because branch manager is giving the interest, just I am taking one example, bank manager is giving you the interest submission certificate at the end. When you are going to leave that branch, bank manager is come and say that sir this certificate is also mandatory, so just sign on that. Okay, so this is our responsibility. Before signing the certificates, check that the calculation of that interest subvention is right or not, or the bank manager or the bank is providing that subvention to particular accounts, those accounts are eligible for that or not, or those accounts are NPA or not. Because bank manager will always say that everything is perfect in our branch. Okay, so take care of it. Just check that what are the circulars which is required, what are the certificates which is required, and plan your audit accordingly. Review previous year auditor report and LFAR. Sir, what do you mean by LFAR? Long form audit report. This report plays a very important role in maximum of the cases. Okay, we found that long form audit report multiple columns. We are just doing no, not applicable, and yes. These three comments are there in maximum cases of a long form audit report. Sir, this is a wrong practice. Please take note of it. If there is any comment, you should comment you should comment that comment in a proper way. You should comment these lines in a proper way in the long form audit report. And if the space is not sufficient, then please prepare a separate annexure for that. Okay, this is not our responsibility to provide yes, no, and not applicable in that form as an auditor, as a chartered accountant. This is our responsibility. Be specific, what is the problem, and specify that problem in the annexure itself. So just not to fill that form. We are also going to discuss close by close analysis on this long form audit report. You should download the latest RBI Master Circular on Income Recognition and Assets Classification IREC norms. Okay, you should download that certificate from RBI, that notification, that Master Circular from RBI website, and you can also download the direction from ICAI website and from RBI website. List of comments of RBI inspection reports towards the branch. RBI is also conducting inspection report for branches. So before starting the audit or while the audit, you should take the inspection report from that branch auditor, that sir please give us the inspection report, or you should take consideration of the comments which is given in that inspection report, because that also plays a very important role in our judgment or in our qualification or in our MOC. Latest branch concurrent audit report. If the branch is under the concurrent audit, then in that case we should take the concurrent audit report also. Okay, and monthly basis पे जो concurrent audit होती है, we should check the comments of that concurrent auditor, because in concurrent auditor the auditor will audit complete each and everything of that branch. Okay, so multiple things we can found in that concurrent audit report. Or if there is any deficiency in that particular concurrent audit report, in that case, we should communicate the same to the Reserve Bank of India or that journal office, then the proceeding will be done. Internal inspection reports, there are one inspection report, that is one internal inspection report is also mandatory in case of banking. Okay, one branch manager is doing the internal inspection of the another branch. Okay, this is also done in the banking, so we should take care of it also. Okay, diligence report, bank has to also conduct, certain banks has to also conduct the diligence report, due diligence report, so we need to take that also while doing our bank branch audit. So first we need to do one thing. Yes, we should ask for a branch trial balance and profit and loss account and balance sheet. We should take care of it. This is our first task which we need to do before starting the bank branch audit or while starting the bank branch audit. These documents we should take care before starting the audit, and we can check the same in our office itself. Copy of vigilance inquiry or any special investigation. So these are the questions we should ask from the branch manager, that these audits are specifically applicable for your branch or not, and if yes, then provide the same. Okay sir, so we need to take care of it. Or अगर वहां पर कोई एडवर्स कमेंट होंगे ना, तो in that case branch manager will not provide you the same. In that case you should raise one mail to your journal office. Okay, and communicate the same, that sir, we want to know that any type of audit is done in that particular branch or not. Or if journal office says that yes, no audit has conducted regarding that, in that case this is a proof for us. Okay, so we can do this exercise also for getting the all the reports. Comparative analysis of trial balance with the last year audited trial balance, this is the most thing which we should do. You should take the last year trial balance, convert the same in excel, and you should take the current year trial balance and convert the same in the excel. Okay, and दोनों को compare करवा लो. You should compare both the trial balance in excel itself. Okay, so that you just need to prepare this format. You just need to prepare this format in excel. Particular previous year, current year, previous year. This is just in a suggestive format. You can also use VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP and found the values, not an issue. But you are not so master in Excel, then you can do this also. Okay, just prepare this Excel sheet and compare the things, so that if there is any variation, a huge variation, in that case you can found certain things, certain reportable things. Okay, so that is what is the technique which we can use in our bank branch audit. Okay sir, is that okay? Working paper on actual audit engagement carried out for the year. We should maintain the working papers also. Testing of internal control and other operational issues. For internal control, we have Ghosh and Jalani report. So we will discuss on that at the time of our discussion on Ghosh and Jalani report. We are also going to discuss on each and every report which is required in case of bank branch audit. Okay, sir. So when we are going to check the internal control, when we are going to check the internal control, at that time we found that how we can check each and everything in bank branch. Okay, multiple time we just found one thing at the time of our bank audit. uh, we are doing the audit of an agricultural branch. Okay, that branch was agriculture. There was a circular from the head office that rollover is mandatory. We are also going to discuss on that, sir. What do you mean by that rollover? Okay, rollover is mandatory. Okay, so the head office has issued that circular to all the branches. और branches ने वहां पे क्या किया, जो क्रेडिट कार्ड होते हैं ना, branches has done rollover in credit card itself. Is that possible rollover in credit card? No, sir, it is not possible in case of credit card, and branches has done the same. 25,000 deposited, 25,000 withdrawal. Is that possible? No. So we found that there is a weak internal control, very weak internal control. This is a serious deficiency in case of bank branch. So we need to be carefully examine these things. Okay, कई बार क्या होता है, हम भी बैंक ऑडिट पे जाते हैं, हम उस चीज को चेक करते हैं, वी आर चेकिंग दोज पॉइंट्स, बट ये चीजें हमारी मिस हो जाती है कि वो क्रेडिट कार्ड है, पर्टिकुलर सेगमेंट इज क्रेडिट कार्ड. बिकॉज व्हेन वी आर डूइंग द बैंक ऑडिट, Sir, if it is possible for you, then just prepare the notes for it also. Okay. So this is also a working paper for you. And when you will do the bank audit, these things you should kept in your mind. So when we are doing the bank audit, we should do it in a segment way. Okay, sir, कैसे segment? Term loan is another segment. Your CCOD is another segment. Your KCC is your another segment. So we need to education loan is another segment. So we need to do we need to complete the audit in a segment wise so that we can found that in particular segment what is the implication, in particular segment what is the implication. Okay, sir. So रिव्यू द घोष एंड जालानी कमेटी कमेटी रिकमेंडेशन मैक्सिमम टाइम पे क्या होता है, घोष एंड जालानी कमेटी की रिपोर्ट्स और एलएफएआर की रिपोर्ट्स हम लोग क्या करते हैं व्हेन वी आर लीविंग द बैंक एट दैट टाइम वी आर साइनिंग ऑन दोज रिपोर्ट्स. नो सर, we should take care of it. We should read all those things prior to start the bank audit, and at the time of doing that audit we should take care of each and every point. And if possible, on behalf of that LFAR, please prepare one questionnaire. That what is the questionnaire we should check for filling that LFAR report. Or when you will go through that questionnaire, then you will do the things according to the questionnaire, and you will found multiple things which we need to be report in our LFAR report. Okay, and don't provide the journal observation. No, not applicable. Please be specific. Sir, now we are going to discuss on the documents related to verification of advances. Sir, यहाँ तक each and everything is okay now? Just comment in the chat box so that I can take the next topic. Sir, okay, sir. Can I do the next? Sir, then after, when we are going to do the audit of advances, at that time, we need to take care of SMA 012. Sir, what do you mean by this SMA 012? Sir, I am coming on that. Before starting that, I am just going to discuss on certain important terms so that it will be easy for us to discuss on the previous part. Sir, what do you mean by non-performing assets? Sir, what do you mean by non-performing assets? Means वहां पर income generate होना बंद हो गया है. There is no income. Okay, performing assets means there is a income, or in case of non-performing assets there is no income generating from that assets. Suppose if you have taken one loan and if you are not going to pay the interest, in that case that assets will be the non-performing assets and classified as NPA. Okay, sir. What do you mean by substandard? If that assets is NPA up to 12 months, in that case the same should be classified as your substandard. Sir, what do you mean by doubtful? After 12 months the asset should be classified as doubtful. Okay. Or sir, what do you mean by loss assets? Post 3 years of NPA, the RBI or the inspector or the inspection division will classify that assets as a loss assets. Okay, and doing the write off function. Sir, what do you mean by IRAC norms, that is income recognition and assets classification? How you are going to recognize your income in case of NPA, and how you are going to recognize your assets, how you are going to classify the assets, that my assets is substandard assets or my assets is standard assets or my assets is doubtful assets. Okay, so these are the terms which is decided by the IRAC norms. Okay, sir. Sir, what do you mean by restructuring? Sir, what do you mean by restructuring? Restructuring means जहां पर there is a financial difficulty. In case there is a financial difficulty and bank is going to restructure that particular account or particular segment or particular loan, in that case just bank is going to enhance the limit, bank is going to change the interest rate, bank is going to update the credit facility. All these situations are treated as your restructuring of assets. Okay, sir. Restructuring of advances, restructuring of assets. Non performing assets means there is no income generation from that particular assets. If the NPA is up to 12 months, the same should be classified as substandard assets. So doubtful more than 12 months, or if agar more than 3 years wo agar NPA reh gaya, in that case that asset should be classified as law, um, that asset should be classified as loss assets. Okay sir, restructuring we had already discussed, and IREC norms. Chetanji, about important RBI circular, I will share the same in the WhatsApp group also. On all those RBI circulars, we are going to discuss on that in these 2 days session itself. Okay, but I am not sharing the RBI circular number in the session itself. I am just sharing the RBI circular in WhatsApp group, and when you will read those RBI circular, you found that everything is covered in this 2 days session. Okay, sir. Sir, what do you mean by SMA 0, SMA 1 or SMA 2? Stress management assets. That means if you are not receiving the interest for 30 days, up to 30 days, in that case the same should be classified as SMA. Or if you are not going to receive the interest about 30 days to 60 days, in that case the same should be classified as your SMA1. And if you are not going to receive the interest 60 to 90 days, in that case the same should be classified as your SMA2. And after that the same should be classified as your NPA, non-performing asset. Sir, is that okay? SMA 0, 1, 2, and we need to be very much careful at time of checking the accounts on SMA 0, 1, 2, because on that behalf we can easily check the NPM, or we can easily check the probable NPM, PNPA जिनको बोलते हैं इजी लैंग्वेज में, probable NPA we can easily check. Sir, SMA2, if any advances is covered under SMA2, that is 60 to 90, we should be very much careful for that purpose, because there is a highest chances for probable NPA in case of SMA2. Sir, how it is possible? We are going to discuss on that now. Banking business, you should know the banking business. That is, first, bank is accepting your deposits, providing credit facilities to bank individual agriculture. Also bank is going to provide the locker facilities, ATM facilities, and handling the accounts. These are the business normally every bank is doing these business. Okay, certain are there which are also dealing in forex. Okay, but normally these are the banking business which we found while our bank branch audit. Okay, so these are the things, these are the business, so these are the things on which we should provide our report, or we should provide our report, or we should do the audit. Okay sir, so this is just for our knowledge purposes, so that you can got the point that what do you mean by SMA, and what do you mean by NPA, and what do you mean by restructuring. Now we are going to start our discussion on advanced documents related to verification of advances. Sir, list of stress assets, that is SMA2, as on 15th March, you should take that list. Stress advances SMA2 report indicate the list of advances which are overdue for more than 60 days, and if the same is not regularized before the year end, that is 31st March, the advance will become NPA. So SMA2 plays a very important role, and there is a separate generation or report for SMA2. Okay, and one more information is there. When you are going to demand the branch that sir please provide the advances list. Okay, so you can say that sir please provide the text file, also provided the file in category wise, okay, or product wise. From doing this task you will get the advances product wise. You can check specific requirement of that particular product and nature of that particular product. On the behalf of that nature, you can decide that the particular advances, the category of that advances is correct or not. Or when you will demand that text file, automatically you will got one more column in that file. In each and every CBS system you will find, in which you can check the status tab are also there. In status tab you can check SMA 0 है, SMA 1 है, SMA 2 है, और standard है. You can check it too. Okay, also you can demand one list, one report from the branch manager that sir please provide us a report for which interest is due. Okay, interest is due, provide us. Okay, and what is the last date on which the payment is already done? That is last date on which payment of interest is done. When you will receive that list, or when you will receive that report from the banking software, and banking software is generating that report. Okay, when you are going to take that report in which you are going to getting the details regarding your last payment of interest from that date, you can just use one formula in excel, and 90 days you can calculate the 90 days. And if there is any advances on which you are not getting the interest in 90 days, in that case that account should be treated as your npa. Okay, in that case that calculation you can reconcile, or you can verify the same from your npa list which is generated from the system, or you can check the internal control from this exercise also. Or from this bifurcation, from this filtering process, you can also calculate SMA1, because here you are taking the formula for 90 days, one formula is for 60 days, one formula is for 30 days. When you will make these formulas, okay, when you will make this formula, in that case you will found the SMA0, SMA1, SMA2, and the same you can reconcile, or you can verify from the list provided by the bank, so that you can confirm about your internal control of that branch. Okay, sir. So this is the process how you can check the process, how you can check the banking. Sir, everything is okay. This process is okay. How you can check that advances, category of advances? Just comment in the chat box so that I can take the next point. Sir, this point is okay. SMA 012. I am expecting reply from each one of you. And if you have any issue regarding that, I may revise the concept. Praveen ji, Chetan ji, is that okay? Sir, I am going to repeat that concept. Sir, SMA 0, 1, 2, and NPM is very much relevant for our bank branch audit, or during our bank branch audit. We all know that SMA 012 का concept clear है. What is the mean by SMA 012? Is that okay? Now, sir, how we can check that in banking system, in CBS system, CBS is also generating one report for SMA 012 and NPM. So this is your task. You should take one report regarding NPM, regarding your SMA 0, regarding your SMA 1, and regarding your SMA 2 from bank. Okay, this report is completely generated from CBS. Then after that, first task is that. First task. Second task, you should demand one advances list from the branch. Say your branch manager that, sir, please provide the advances list. Please provide the advances list category wise or product wise. Okay, advanced list category wise, product wise. Okay, when you will demand the particular report category wise or product wise, in that case you will found one more tab in that report, that is status. Or in that status tab you will found SMA 0, SMA 1, SMA 2, NPM. Okay, just make a filter on that status tab. Okay, and just by filtering you select the SMA 0, you will found all those documents which all those accounts which are under SMA 0. Then compare the same with the SMA 0 report which is generated by the bank manager, that is which is generated by the CBS software. Then after you can check the SMA 1 make filter for SMA1, and then compare that report with your SMA1 report generated by that CBS software. Then filter on SMA2 and compare the same with the report generated by CBS on SMA2. When you will compare the same, and if there is any difference, in that case there is an internal weakness in the system, or there is any manual intervention by the branch manager. One more thing, third task, which is really very important, you should do the third task. Sir, what is the third task? You just need to say to the branch manager or the staff that, sir, please provide us one report in which we can found that interest due, okay, and the due date of that interest, from which date the interest is due. So we can found the figure of that interest, and we can found the due date of that interest, okay. Or when you will get the due date, okay, and then you check the actual date, because when you will demand for that report, in that case that report will automatically say you that about the actual payment, and if there is no payment, then that column will be zero or nil, okay, in that case. Or you may just demand one report, sir आपका interest कितना due है, please provide us the report for that purpose, okay. When you will check the due date, okay, suppose the due date is 15th Feb, and you are checking the same on 4th April, you just make a formula in Excel, count the days, okay, count the days. Suppose from 15th Feb till 4th April there is a 40 days, okay. In that case the same has to be classified as your SMA 0. This task has to be done for all the advances on which interest is due. From that task you will get the status SMA 0, SMA 1, SMA 2, or NPA. Then compare the same with the report generated by the CBS. You can got the response about the internal control of that CBS system, or in maximum chances you will found certain differences, you will found certain unreported transaction which is not reported in SMA 0, 1, 2. Although manager is saying that all the things are automatically and reports are generated automatically, that is by CBS, but there is a manual intervention, there is a possibility of manipulation. So this is the process how you can check. So for that purpose you need to do three process, from this, from this, and from this, and compare all the things. When you will compare all the things, in that case if there is no difference, in that case you can say that the internal control of bank is good. So this is the way, and this task has to be done at your office itself, because at the time of our visit we have no time for these activities. So this task has to be done at the time of our analysis at our office, so that at the time of bank audit, or when we are on bank audit, we can make our mind that in what way we need to do the bank audit. Okay, sir, is that okay, Praveen ji, and all that, the SMA 012, how you can check the internal control of that particular bank or branch? So just comment that okay. Okay, sir. So now, list of newly sanctioned made during the year. You should demand one report from the bank manager that what are the new sanction is there in your bank, because for those new sanction this is our responsibility. We should check the documentation from that. And this is my guarantee, when you are going to vouch the documentation requirement, or when you will check the documentation of that particular bank branch for newly sanctioned loan, definitely you will found certain reportable points in that. Okay, for the documentation part, for vouching that documentation part, or for checking that documentation part, we are also going to discuss on that, but this is our responsibility. First we need to take the new sanction list, okay, and from that newly sanction list we can compare from CIF number, okay. CIF number is also there in that report, and by typing the same in the CBS software, we can check that with one CIF number how much accounts are linked with that. Okay, we should do this task on a random basis, that is on sample selection basis. If there is any used loan, there is a loan amount is very huge. In that case we can do the task so that we can found the connected accounts of that person in that particular branch. Okay, कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं हो रहा है कि वो केवल ट्रांजेक्शंस एक लोन अकाउंट से दूसरे लोन अकाउंट्स में घुमा रहा है. Okay, he is just routing the transactions from one loan account to another loan account. So when we found that task, then after we can check the account statement. For finding that, we need the newly sanctioned list from the branch manager, and with that CIF number, we can compare that how much accounts are linked with that CIF number. That is what is the logic. List of account referred for restructuring. Okay, so this list is also automatically generated from CBS. We just need to make the command to that particular CBS, or we just need to say to the branch manager that please provide the list of that restructuring. Sir, do one task. When you are going for bank audit, just say your branch manager, sir, please provide us one staff who has the sufficient knowledge of CBS. ओके, वो बाद में एट द टाइम ऑफ अवर डिमांड वो ये नहीं बोलना चाहिए कि सर आई नो दिस रिपोर्ट, आई डोंट नो हाउ दिस रिपोर्ट इज जनरेटेड. हमको ये लाइन नहीं चाहिए. प्लीज प्रोवाइड अस अ स्टाफ हु हैज द प्रॉपर नॉलेज ऑफ दैट सीबीएस. आप उस स्टाफ को ले लें. ऑल्दो यू हैड ऑल्सो स्टडी ऑल द कमांड्स ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर सीबीएस एट योर ऑफिस, बट फिर भी आप उस स्टाफ को बोले कि आई रिक्वायर दिस रिपोर्ट, आई रिक्वायर दिस रिपोर्ट, आई रिक्वायर दिस रिपोर्ट, एंड आफ्टर जनरेशन ऑफ दैट रिपोर्ट यू कैन डू योर एनालिसिस. और इफ दैट स्टाफ सेज दैट सर दिस रिपोर्ट इज नॉट जनरेटेड इन आवर सीबीएस system, in that case you can say that the particular command is that follow this and generate the report. Okay sir, so that is what is the process we need to follow, because उनके लिए क्या है, ब्रांच मैनेजर्स के लिए, they need to complete the task anyhow. And for our, this is our reputation, so we need to be very much careful. Accounts wherein process under IBC, that is insolvency bankruptcy code. If there is any insolvency bankruptcy code जो है start हो गया है, process under IBC has started, so in that case we need to specifically care for that, or that list is also available in the CBS. We just need to demand the same from RBI, from our branch manager, or at the time of our MRL. At the time of our MRL, we should specifically mention this term that if there is any IBC proceeding started against any accounts, then please provide the details separately, and the same has to be sent it to the zonal office, that is regional office also, so that we will be in a good situation at the time of any dispute. सर कैलाश जी पूछ रहे हैं हाउ टू चेक द सेम. व्हाट डू यू वांट टू नो, हाउ टू, व्हाट यू वांट टू चेक? आई एम नॉट गेटिंग योर पॉइंट. Borrower wherein process of IBC initiated by any of the credited creditors including bank. Okay, IBC process can be started by creditor also, so you just need to ask for that also, because this is specifically mentioned in the bank branch, so we can check the same. Review red flag accounts. Sir, how one account has to be classified as a red flag? So we are going to discuss on that. There are 45 indications given by RBI that if those indications are there, in that case, classify that accounts as a red flag. So at the time of bank audit, this is our responsibility to check that those 45 points are triggered or not in that case. Okay, sir. Now, critical review of accounts flagged under the early warning signal mechanism. There are early warning signals also available provided by RBI. Okay, if these early warning signals are there, in that case that will be classified as your red flagged accounts. So there are three flag in case of bank audit. If you had done any forensic audit certification course by ICI, then you know that there are three type of flag are available. One is your red flag, another is your yellow flag, and another is your green flag. Most probably, if you had done your forensic audit, then you know these terms, and these terms are really very important at the time of forensic audit. And when we are going for bank audit, we should do our audit in these three phases. Okay, we should make the segment as a red flag, as yellow flag, or green flag, and decide our quantum of sampling on the basis of that flags. Sir, how can decide these are the flags? That is completely based on the internal control. And how you can check the internal control? We have discussed about that. In your office, you can check the internal control. Okay, from in these 2 days, I will share you 4 to 5 techniques. First technique is there, Okay, I will share you 4 to 5 techniques so that you can decide that there is a red flag, there is yellow flag, there is green flag, or there is any weakness in internal control. Okay, sir. So we can decide the same. Review of restructured accounts and under various dispensation provided by RBI. So restructure जो भी accounts हुए हैं, special care for that. List of bank guarantee and LC. You should generate one report. You should demand one report from that bank branch manager that, sir, please give us a report regarding bank guarantee and regarding letter of credit. Okay, or you should take note of it regarding bank guarantee and letter of credit. In that case, you will found in that Excel sheet. Okay, you just take the report in text file itself and convert the same in Excel. Okay, convert the same in Excel, text to Excel. In that case, you will found the account number, the borrower or the facility taker, then the facility that is busy है या फिर LC है, amount given, इन्वॉक्ड कितनी है, बिजी इन्वॉक्ड कितनी है, लेटर ऑफ गारंटी गिवन कितनी है, ये सारी की सारी डिटेल यू नीड टू प्रिपेयर द सेम इन एक्सेल शीट सो दैट यू कैन डिसाइड योर सैंपल ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ क्वांटम. Okay, on the basis of recurring nature of that transaction, you can decide the quantum. That is what is the technique which we need to follow in case of bank guarantee or in case of letter of credit. Review of reported frauds. If there is any fraud reported in that particular branch, in that case, we must be very much careful for that purpose. Okay, sir. Or if there is no fraud, in that case, also we need to be very much careful for that, because branch फ्रॉड हो गया है, केयरफुल हो गए होंगे, पर फ्रॉड नहीं हुआ है, इन दैट केस वी शुड बी मच केयरफुल फॉर दैट बिकॉज द चांसेस ऑफ फ्रॉड इज वेरी हायर. ओके सर. Of balance sheet item including claim against bank not acknowledged as debt and contingent liability, we should take care for that also. Okay, we should take a list for contingent liability also from the bank. Sir, what is the document which is required for analysis of that NPA? Sir, this is also mandatory. Earlier, in tradition, we are supposing that we can give MOC only on the account of NPA, non-performing assets. But in current scenario, in current situation, there is no relation of that NPA. You can provide MOC on multiple issues. There are multiple area available on which you can provide the MOC. So, but NPA is also relevant for us. So we need to discuss each and every point regarding that non-performing asset. Sir, how you can analyze the NPA, and this is the most relevant task, most important task you should do regarding the bank branch audit. Sir, you should take the list of NPA accounts as on 31st March and 31st March 2023 and 2022. Sir, why we need to take for 2022 and 2023? Because you need to check the changes. Because the accounts which was NPA on 31st March 2022, और अगर वो वहां पर उस लिस्ट में से the NPA, the account is removed from the NPA list for 31st March 2023, then what is the reason behind that? We should carefully examine on that. ओके, क्या वो वापस आपका एनपीए से हटा है, तो क्या वो अकाउंट रेगुलराइज हुआ है, and what processes bank has followed for regularizing that account, we should very much careful for that. So for that purpose we need to take that list, or both the list has to be taken in text form, convert the same in Excel, and then after prepare a reconciliation. Just do this task. I am just sharing the format which you need to which you may follow in Excel. ठीक है. Particular account number, outstanding. Okay, and then after NPA, NPA डेट यहां पे आ जाएगी for 2022 और NPA for 2023. Okay, in that case, in that Excel, if there is any new account, there is no issue. If there is any removal of old account, in that case you should check that account very carefully. And this is one more requirement, one report also we need to check. If there is any account which is earlier inoperative, or now this account converted as operative, in that case this is also a very important task for us to check that on which behalf that account has become operative account. And also we check during that inoperative period there is any cash deposits or not, or there is any cash withdrawals or not. it should check these points. Okay, so once take this list also, accounts which was inoperative and converted into operative, and accounts which was operative now converted into inoperative during the financial year, so that you can get multiple things from that also. So I am just sharing the points on which you can focus and get the multiple things. And in these 2 days, I am going to cover each and every point on which we need to be focused while our bank branch audit. List of accounts upgraded during the financial year. If any accounts is upgraded during the financial year, or if any account is downgraded during the financial year, that means earlier that was SMA 2, now that was SMA 1, earlier that was MPA, that is earlier that was substandard, now that account will be considered as your substandard, that is your doubtful, or earlier doubtful, now substandard. So upgraded means doubtful to substandard, or substandard to doubtful. So if any account earlier year was your substandard, now that account is considered as your doubtful, in that case you should check that list also, and on which behalf that account has converted into your standard to substandard and doubtful to substandard. Okay, so you need to take list of that also. If that account is already created or considered as NPA, or if there is any upgradation or downgradation in case of NPA itself, we should take the list of that also. List of early mortality cases. Sir, what do you mean by that mortality cases? That means during the first 12 months of that loan, if suppose if bank is given any loan on 1st April 2022, or during the first 12 months, if account is considered as NPA, in that case has to be considered as your mortality cases, and we should be very much careful for that, because the chances of fraud are very high in that case. Okay, so we should demand one list for that also, that what are the mortality cases. Or if you are going to demand that list from that bank branch auditor, he will not going to provide you the list directly. You should demand the list of all the advances generated from CBS in text format, and you should make multiple filters on that. Your 50% bank audit will complete it through the list of advances itself. Okay, sir. So on that list, you should maintain multiple filters. From that filters, you should generate multiple reports. And from that reports, you should verify the facts from the CBS software, so that you will got about the internal control, internal weaknesses of that particular branch. Is that okay, sir? Critical review of audited financial statement of that borrower. In case of large borrowers, we need to verify the files, or at the time of verifying the files of that borrower, we need to check the audited financials of that borrower, and we should check the comments on that audit report of that borrower, or multiple time. I am just sharing one example. When you are going to verify any large borrower, when you are going to verify any large borrower, okay, at the time of verification of that large borrower, you should check the files also, or at the time of verification of that files, you are going to check the audited financials. Okay, those audited financials which are available in the file, and if that borrower is private limited, if that borrower is the private limited, in that case, this is my humble opinion, this is my humble submission to you, just generate the audited financials from ROC portal, that is MCA portal also, which was submitted at companies, that is ROC registrar of companies. Okay, in that case, we should compare those financials which was submitted on the MCA portal and which is available in the, that is the file which is provided to bank. So you should compare these, or when you will compare, if you found any differences in the facts and figure, in that case there is a chances of fraud, there is a chances of fraud prone area. I'm not saying that there is a fraud, but there is certain manipulation, or there is a chances of fraud, so we need to be take care of it. And in 20, 30, or 40% cases, you will found the differences. There is a difference in the financial statement provided to the bank, or the financial statement which is available on the MCA portal. So that is what is our responsibility. We should check the same. So I am also going to share multiple techniques during the bank branch audit. Review of forensic audit reports so wherever applicable. If there is any forensic audit applicable, in that case you should check that forensic audit report also. Okay, in that forensic audit report you will also found certain points, and the points will be in the form of a red flag, a yellow flag, and a green flag. Okay, and you should be very much careful for your red flag accounts or red flag points. Okay, sir. Now, sir, these are the terms which we need to be taken care from the point of view of audit of the advances or the NPA part. Now, sir, fixed assets. So fixed assets is also very important and relevant while doing our bank branch audit. We just check that our fixed assets register from 31st March 2022 and 31st March 2023. Sir, how we can check, how we can reconcile? The same formula. Take that chart in text file and convert the same in Excel and make one table for that and compare the figures. Okay. List of new assets purchased during the year. If any new purchase, then take note of it. And journal approval is required for that purchasing of that particular assets. The approval is here. Okay, submitted the bills to zonal. What you had done for the input tax credit on that particular purchase. If there is any fixed asset sold during the year from the last year, you should take care of it. You should check the same. Who has given the authority to sell those particular assets? The amount which is getting from that sales, we should be very much careful for that. Physical verification report of branch fixed assets if conducted during the year. If there is any physical verification conducted, so we can take the same. And this requirement we should mention in our MRL also, that sir, we require that physical verification report if applicable. Because when you are doing the bank branch audit and you are demanding the same from the branch manager, he will deny for that. He will say that there is no physical verification was done during the year. So we just need to take it in our MRL also, so that the facts will be fine. Depreciation working as on 31st March 2023, we should check the depreciation working as per the law. Okay, depreciation working is correct or not, we should check each and everything, and we should make the formulas for that in the Excel sheet and prepare the same. Okay, and that will be part of our report also. Sir, bank reconciliation. List of bank account which branch maintained with other bank. If suppose I got the bank audit of State Bank of India, and State Bank of India has account with other banks, that is हम लोग इसको बोलते हैं inter bank accounts. If you are doing this concurrent audit of branches, in that case you know this fact that interbank account or the parking accounts plays a very important role in banking. Okay, because maximum chances of frauds are due to those internal accounts or parking accounts. We will also deeply discuss on the parking accounts, because this is not only the part of your concurrent audit, now this is the part of your statutory audit also, and we should take care of it. Okay, sir. So statutory audit means each and everything. So we should take the reconciliation for that purpose. If a State Bank of India has account with another bank, in that case we should take the reconciliation for the same, and the reconciliation should be demanded from the other bank. Okay, but you can say to the branch manager that a reconciliation is required. Say you say to the another banks, they will provide you the reconciliation. We should take note of it that the figures are reconciled or not. Okay, sir. And each and every document which we are going to check, take photocopy of that and kept the same in our record, or take the same on our email ID and save that email ID for future purposes. Okay, sir. So in bank branch audit, this is the most important task. We should maintain the working papers. At the end, I am also going to discuss, if time permits, I am also going to discuss on the working papers which is required post the bank branch audit. Okay, or if we have less amount of time, then I will share you the video for that. Okay, sir. And I will try that we will cover the same. Reconciliation statement of all bank account as of 31st March 2023. So reconciliation statement is mandatory. First we need to generate the text file for that particular bank account, bank branch account, and the same we should reconcile with the another bank statement. Inter-branch reconciliation statement. So we need to take the inter-branch reconciliation statement from the software itself, or there are certain reports available, just BGL, Anina. I'm just going to take the short names of that. You can generate those reports from the CBS software, okay? And when you will generate those reports, you will found the inter reconciliation of the branches, okay? You will found the amount of that inter branch accounts, and you should compare the same with other bank. For reconciliation is required, you should say the same to the branch manager. So in our MRI letter, we should specify this thing that, sir, if you have any other account with another branch, in that case, please ready the reconciliation or provide the same on our mail ID, so can we can check the same at our office itself. Okay, sir. Provision for net outstanding debit balance for more than 6 months. If there is any entry which is outstanding more than 6 months, that is, suppose if there is entry outstanding in PF account, okay, if there is any entry in electricity account, if there is any entry outstanding with SBI, in that case these should be reported. हमको इन चीजों को रिपोर्ट करना है. In maximum cases, when we are doing the concurrent audit, when we are doing the concurrent audit, I am just taking that example from statutory audit point of view also. So when we are doing the concurrent audit in inter branch account or inter banking inter account or parking accounts, there is one account also available regarding TDS, and there is always outstanding balance in TDS. जबकि होना क्या चाहिए, suppose for April 2022 month, it should be nil till 7th of my next month because the due date. और एंट्रीज कौन सी होनी चाहिए, 1 to 7 वाली. देयर इज आउटस्टैंडिंग एंट्री फॉर 1 to 7 बिकॉज अप्रैल मंथ का तो मैं 7 तक जाकर के पे कर लूंगा. दीज एंट्री शुड बी आउटस्टैंडिंग. बट व्हेन द सीबीएस इज जनरेटिंग द रिपोर्ट्स, वी फाउंड देयर आर सर्टेन अदर सिचुएशन इज अवेलेबल. So once we should check the same. If we are going for bank branch audit, if we are going for bank branch audit on 7th, or we are completing the bank branch audit on 7th regarding 31st March. Just suppose regarding 31st March 2023, and we are going to complete the audit. We are going to complete the audit, or we are in audit on 7th April. In that case, just take the challan of TDS payment because bank has already made the payment till 7th. Okay? Then after all the entries which is from 1st April to 7th April till the payment. Suppose the TDS outstanding was 1 lakh rupees on 31st March 2023. In these days, the entries regarding these days only is 10,000 rupees. So in that case, on 7th April, you had already paid that amount. So that amount is zero. Only 10,000 is there regarding the entries from 1st April to 7th April. But if there is any figure that is 12,000, 15,000, 20,000, in that case, that means there is an internal weakness. There is a weakness in the internal control system. So this to be reported. And this will be a part of your main audit report. Okay, sir, you got my point regarding internal accounts. Sir, from everyone, I am asking that is that okay? Then I'm going to the next topic, that is cash. How you can verify the cash balances. Sir, first I require reply from all of you. Okay, sir, how you can verify the cash? So this is the important task at the time of bank audit, that is our physical verification of that cash. Okay, we should go to the chamber of that cash and we should verify the cash, okay, from the register maintained at the bank premises. And cash verification should be surprise. Always kept in mind, cash verification should be surprise. This is my suggestion, that when you are going for bank branch audit, not tell the date to the bank manager. Okay, morning 9:30 you should go to the bank. Okay, जब branch manager आए with your team, say that sir, first we want to do the cash physical verification of that cash. So please, वहां तक तो जो लास्ट डे का क्लोजिंग होगा वही ओपनिंग होगा. So take the closing of last day and check the same from the physical cash maintained at the chamber, or check the same. If you found any weaknesses, if you found any differences in the register or in the physical cash balance which is in the chamber, in that case you should report the same. That is what is the technique for physical verification of cash. Nowadays हम लोग करते क्या है, बैंक ऑडिट में चले जाते हैं, ड्यूरिंग द डेट और एट द टाइम ऑफ कंप्लीशन ऑफ दैट डेट वी आर गोइंग टू डू द फिजिकल वेरिफिकेशन ऑफ कैश. दिस इज नॉट अ राइट टेक्निक, दिस इज नॉट अ राइट वे, because branch manager has already know that you are going to do the physical cash. Also मैं तो ये भी कहता हूँ कि जब 1st April to 15th April तक बैंक ऑडिटर ब्रांच मैनेजर is going to maintain the cash in the proper way, but this is the way we can check that the cash verification is a surprise way. Okay, so this is our responsibility, we should follow this process. Then report of the physical cash verification conducted by the 31st March 2023, this की report भी हमारे को चाहिए, we need that report. Liabilities, verification of current account, saving account, term deposit including KYC and FEMA and other compliances. We should check each and everything. We should take care of it. Next slides we are going to discuss, and that when we are demanding the documents, we should demand that particular accounts. What are the accounts which you had opened during the year? Okay, so newly opened account we should take care for that also. So now, sir, we had already done the banking and this reports to be submitted. Sir, basic part is clear. Okay, we had discussed the planning part of that and what are the documents which we need to check during the bank branch audit, and also we had covered certain journal terms and banking business. Now, although we should discuss on that at the finalization of our session, but I am going to discuss on that at that time because you all are chartered accountant and you all know that how to do the bank audit. Okay, sir, we are just refreshing our knowledge in these 2 days session. So sir, first report which we need to submit during the bank branch audit or at the time of finalization of bank branch audit, one is independent audit report, another is your MOC जो मैक्सिमम केसेस में हम लोग नील के दे रहे हैं, बट दिस इज अवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि वी नीड टू प्रोवाइड दैट एमओसी जबरदस्ती, वी नीड टू फोर्सफुली प्रोवाइड दैट एमओसी, नो सर, बट वेयर देयर इज अ चांस दैट वी कैन इशू द एमओसी, वी शुड इशू द एमओसी. Okay, because as a branch auditor, as a statutory auditor, this is my responsibility. If there is any change, then we need to support, we need to communicate the changes to the journal officer RBI also. So MOC is also part of your independent audit report. Okay, MOC is part. Then LFR, that is long form audit report. There are multiple questions available in your LFAR, and if you are carefully read the LFAR, we are going to do this. If you are going to read the LFAR carefully, then you will found that everything which is an audit, bank branch audit is covered under that LFAR. And if you are going to do the audit according to your long form audit report, in that case you are doing the audit in a perfect way. Okay, sir. Next is your tax audit report. What we need to be check in tax audit report, we are going to discuss on that. Ghosh and Jalani report is completely based on your internal control, internal weakness, internal deficiency of that particular bank branch on which you, for which you are going to audit. Then capital adequacy certificates, and there are various certificates which are demanding from you as a branch auditor by the bank. Interest submission, maturity pattern, weekly balances, cash balances, subsidy, and say to your bank branch manager, communicate the same to your bank branch manager, sir, what, please provide the list that on those documents, you, on those certificates you are going to certify from ourselves. Okay, so that we can check each and everything carefully. And if you not want to disclose these things first to your bank branch manager, in that case you can take reference of the internal circular of that particular bank. You will got all the certificates which required by that bank, and you can conduct your audit according to the requirement of that certificate. And this is my humble submission, not to submit a particular certificate without checking the things, without checking the things on CPS software, without checking the things on Excel sheet, on text files. ओके सर, क्योंकि मैक्सिमम टाइम मेरा जो एक्सपीरियंस है, मैंने ये देखा है कि वो लोग सर्टिफिकेट्स एट द लास्ट लेकर के आते हैं, और व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, I am waiting for the certificates, or when branch manager is come with me that sir, particular certificates are there and you should sign on that, at that time I am saying that sir, we are going to extend our plan for one day, and on tomorrow we are going to check each and everything. Or if you are in hurry and you want to provide that report journal office immediately, in that case, not an issue. We are going to check each and everything on today itself. We are here for complete night and we will check each and everything. And definitely when you will do this, you will found multiple deficiencies, और उस केस में आपको बैंक ऑडिट को 2 से 3 दिन एक्सटेंड करना पड़ेगा. So not be in pressure. We are not a pressure cooker. Okay, sir. We are auditor and do our work as per the guidance note of ICI. Please take care of that guidance note because each and everything is there in the guidance note. If you want 10 days, then take 10 days for that audit. Not an issue. No one can stop you. ओके, बिकॉज हम लोग ये डरते हैं कि साहब अगर हमने कुछ एमओसी दे दिया या वी हैव टेकन मल्टीपल सो मच टाइम फॉर कंडक्टिंग दैट बैंक ब्रांच ऑडिट, इन दैट केस नेक्स्ट ईयर हम लोग डीपैनल हो सकते हैं या फिर हमको जो ब्रांचेस आएगी वो छोटी आ जाएगी. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. वंस यू एनरोल विद वन बैंक then it is 4 years. So do your work with 100% efficiency. Okay, sir. So that is what is the reports which we need to submit with the bank branch audit. Now, steps for conducting the bank branch audit in a specific way, in an efficient way. First, you do the planning. Second, pre-audit discussion with branch. You should discuss each and everything with the branch manager. That sir, we require following documents. And मैं ये नहीं कहता हूँ कि हमको उसी नजरिए से देखना है कि there is a fraud and all that, and we are not the investigator. Okay, but this is our responsibility that we should check each and everything in a way which is prescribed by ICI and which is prescribed by Reserve Bank of India and which is also expected from us by those authorities. So we need to fulfill those expectations only. Okay, sir. Then we need to collect the documentation prior to start the bank branch audit because we need to do the certain exercise at our home, at our office. बिकॉज ये हमको पेंडेमिक कोविड 19 ने सिखाया है. एट द टाइम ऑफ कोविड 19 we had done complete audit of around 4 branches at our office premises. Okay, sir. So collect the document and start the audit at your office itself. Then after visit the branch, execution of the audit, then start your audit accordingly. The prescribed what the things, what the planning which you had done at your office, you should implement the same while doing the bank branch audit. Okay, sir. So that is what is the execution of your audit. Then after discussion of the draft branch audit report with the bank, you should prepare the draft audit report and then after discuss the same with the branch manager, or if required then the regional office or journal office, you should discuss and you should present your things with that branch manager. If there is any MOC, in that case, prepare that MOC and effect the same in the books of accounts of the bank. This is your responsibility. If you are going to provide any MOC, if you are going for MOC, in that case, you should check each and everything. You should check the effect of that MOC on the financial statement of that bank. कहीं आप कुछ गलत नहीं कर रहे हो. This is also your responsibility. If you require 1 time, 2 time, you should check the effect of that MOC on the financial statement of that particular bank. Okay, sir. Review the post memorandum trial balance because when bank is going to make the changes in the CBS software itself, then you should generate the new trial balance from that. Okay, so in that case, review the post memorandum. What will be the effect of that change in the trial balance? You should visualize the same. Okay, because you have the pre memorandum trial balance, you should make the necessary changes. The post memorandum changes will be in your hand, so compare the same. Reconcile with the pre-memorandum trial balance to ensure the correct accounting effect of that memorandum of changes wherever applicable, because your correct reporting, your correct finalization, your correct putting the same in the books of accounts of that bank is required. Okay, then submission of audit report to the branch and copy to the central statutory auditor, because your one copy of your report is also going to the central statutory auditors. So this is your responsibility to do the audit in this way. So we had just prescribed the way. And if you are an auditor, if you are an auditor of NBFCs or the private banks, in that case the procedure is same. If you are going for the audit of SDFC Bank, Jana Private Limited Bank, City Union Bank, or any other federal bank, DCB Bank, in that case you should follow the same technique. You should follow the same mechanism. For PSU as well as for other, this process is applicable. So be careful. Steps is there. Sir, steps is okay for all of you. जस्ट कमेंट करके बता दिया करो कि एवरीथिंग इज ओके, सो दैट मैं भी इंश्योर हो जाऊं कि एवरीथिंग इज ओके इन दिस रिगार्ड, or you all are getting my points, so that it will be beneficial for you as well as for me, because I am also going for bank branch audit and I need to prepare myself also. Okay, sir. Now, components of bank branch audit. What is the component of that bank branch audit? Now, branch statutory audit. So first we are going to submit the branch statutory audit report. In that we are going to provide audit of advances, reporting of divergence of assets, classification, income recognition, which is generally reported through memorandum of changes, which form part of the main audit report. That means you are going to provide your statutory audit report and you need to check all the advances. We had already discussed how you can check the advances. Okay, you should take the text file, convert the excel, and then after you should select the sample. How you can select the sample, we are going to discuss on that sampling technique. But how you can check the internal control, we had already discussed. Then after, if there is any difference in the your opinion, that is as per law and as per the classification of the CBS, in that case you should issue the MOC for that purpose. Okay, now, audit of all other items of assets and liability and income and expenditure appearing in the financial statement. For that purpose, you should take the trial balance and profit and loss account as the end of the financial year, compare with the previous year figures. If there is any divergence or if you found any material amount, in that case you should report the same. You should check the same with the profit and loss account. You should check the same with the accounting aspect of that particular bank from that their software. Okay, sir. So that is what is the process for main audit report with MOC. Then tax audit report and long form audit report. As per section 44 AB of Income Tax Act 1961, the bank is under statutory obligation to get the tax audit conducted by chartered accountant. Hence, when we are going for statutory audit, we are also going to do the tax audit, or in tax audit we just need to check the TDS part. Okay, sir. So one responsibility is also had, because maximum of the part is handled at head office level, and we are going to report the same, that this is to be done at HO level, this is to be done at HO level, this is to be done at HO level. But TDS is on account, because bank is going to pay the TDS, so we need to reconcile the same with the books of accounts of that bank. Okay, sir. Then long form audit report cover reporting on operational and control aspect of bank working as per RBI requirement, and the long form audit report plays a very important role. Okay, sir. But I am again and again saying that long form audit report should be specific, not in a journal way. Okay, sir. Not to report journal observation in the long form audit report. Yes, if you want, you can report the same. But if there is any specific point related to a specific observation, then put that point in that specific column itself. And if there is issue with space, then it is provided under annexures. But multiple time हम लोग check करते हैं as a center statutory auditor, when we are going and when we are checking, that there are multi-point points which are showing under journal observations. Sir, when the point is related to your specific point, why you are going to show the same in your journal observations? How we can comment on that? And how it is possible for RBI? And how it is possible for journal office? So we need to be take care of it. Okay, sir. Now, multiple certificates are there. We need to be take care of it. Sir, special consideration while audit of advances. What are the special technique? What are the special considerations which we need to be take care at the time of audit of advances, the large advances? So, सबसे पहले obtain top exposure accounts. Okay. How you can take the top exposure accounts? You should take the Excel sheet of accounts. We should take the text file, convert the same in Excel, and then make one filter on that, on the amount of outstanding amount or sanctioned amount. Or when you will check the sanction amount, you will got the limit that this account has the higher amount, this account has the higher amount, or on the basis of priority you should decide that how we can check, and for which accounts we need to take the physical verification of the files. Obtain the list of stressed assets, that is your SMM 0, 1 and 2. You need to take one separate list, and you should reconcile the same with other list. Okay, we had discussed on that how you can check the Internal control system, restructured accounts, you should take one list for that. Obtain accounts covered under revised framework for resolution of stress assets, accounts referred to and directed referred under IBC. Obtain the list of unsecured exposure above 25 lakh for that purpose. Demand one, because these three we had already discussed. Okay, sir. So obtain list of unsecured exposure. Just demand one list from bank regarding advances. That, sir, provide the list on advances category wise in which secured, unsecured. We need this list. And also demand one separate list for your advances on account of secured portion and another list for advances on account of unsecured list. In that case, compare both. In case of your common list for secured and unsecured and the separate list, if you found any deficiency, in that case there is any internal weakness. Okay, sir. Or for unsecured exposures, if the amount is a 25 lakh, amount is in excess of 25 lakh rupees, in that case you should take special care. You should check the physical file of that exposure. Just take an example. Under MSME scheme, I am specifically talking from point of view of financial year 2020-2022-2023. For MSME scheme, CGT SME एक scheme है. There is one scheme CGT SME called. Okay, in that scheme, government is providing or bank is providing term loan. Bank is providing term loan for plant and machinery or for exposure of the business. Okay, bank is providing term loan on the basis of quotation only. No collector. Okay, in that case, when you are going for bank branch audit, you should take that list for unsecured portion. And if there is any amount in excess of 25 lakh rupees, in that case, first you need to take the account statement. This task is also done at your office premises, because at the time of branch audit at branch premises, you have no sufficient time for these tasks. Take the account statement in text file, convert the same in Excel, and check the transactions are proper or not. कहाँ से पैसा आ रहा है, कहाँ से पैसा जा रहा है, money is routing, what is the nature of money, you should check. He is going to pay the amount to his supplier or he is receiving the amount from his buyer, and what is the nature of that business, you should check the same. After that, at the time of your physical verification, that is at a branch premises, you should check the file. Also, you should check the quotation, and if possible, then verify the quotation from the supplier. If possible, then verify the quotation from the supplier and check that the quotation is at a normal price or at a hiked price or at a lower price. You should check the same. Okay. Also check that the plant and machinery is already purchased by the businessman or not. Also check the nature of the business of a particular borrower, that he is doing the business of a particular nature of business, and for that purpose he is purchasing or he is providing the quotation of plant and machinery which is not related to his business. In that case, there is chances of fraud, so you can check the same. So multiple time in case of these type of loans, you will found multiple reportable points. Okay. Also you should check that the stock is available or not. Also, if the account is old, in that case, you should check the stock statement is provided or not. Stock statement is as per the books of accounts or not. All these things which we need to be carefully examined. But special care in case if there is any unsecured loan or the amount is in exceeding of 25 lakh rupees, this is our responsibility to check the physical bank account statement and also check the physical file. Or when you will check the file, you should check the application signed or not. You should check the quotation. You should check the quotation. You should check the profile of that borrower. Okay, these things must be carefully examined. You should check the CIBIL score of that person, or CIBIL is correct or not. Or when you are going to check the CIBIL score, sir, please note these things. When you are going to check the CIBIL score, at the last page of that CIBIL score, you will find one tab that is related to your inquiries. You should check that. And if there is any multiple inquiries for loan by that borrower, in that case there is a chances of fraud, there is a chances of mis the presentation of data. So in that case you will found the red signal and you can proceed your auditing accordingly. So that is what is the suggestion, how you can start the checking, how you can check the physical file, how you can check the sample selection, how you can done the sample selection. By this procedure you can done the sample selection, by this procedure you can check the accounts, by this procedure you can found the errors or frauds. Okay sir, is that okay regarding unsecured exposures? Early mortality cases we had already discussed. Movement of NPA and upgraded accounts during the year. Especially care for that. Take the list and then after so list लेकर के करना क्या है? You should check the account statement for that particular borrower. And when you will do the same, you should convert the text file into an Excel file and you should check the transactions. Okay. If earlier an account was NPA and now it is converted as standard, that means a regular account. In that case, you should take the account statement, check the transactions on which behalf the accounts is considered as standard from the NPA, from which account the amount is credited in the same account, or from which account the transactions are happening in that particular account. So these are the point which we need to be very much careful at the time of our bank audit. Okay, sir. Checking of documentation and how you can decide that what documents we need to check and what is the list for which we need to do the checking of that documentation. This is completely depend on the analysis. Okay, advances analysis, your deposit analysis, your NPL list analysis, your unsecured portion analysis, your secured portion analysis. That is what is the pillar for deciding the documentation part. Special consideration on security value of provisional, you should care of it. We are also going to discuss on that security portion in our tomorrow session. And special consideration on inter-branch reconciliation. This is the most important task in LFAR also, or in your banking business also. Inter-branch reconciliation, you should take care of it. Okay, you should demand one list of inter-branch accounts. First, directly you should not tell to the branch manager that sir we require the reconciliation of that inter-branch account. First you demand the inter-branch accounts. After demanding that inter-branch account, then select certain accounts for which you require the reconciliation and demand the reconciliation on test check basis and sample basis. If you found everything okay, then okay. If you found any deficiency, in that case, you should demand further documents, further requirement from the bank branch manager. Sir, is that okay? यहाँ तक सब कुछ ओके है? Just comment in the chat box so that I can take the next point. Chandramohan ji, everything okay? Ramesh ji, Praveen ji, Ansar ji, everything is okay for you? Now, sir, following reports should be checked when you are going for bank branch audit. At that time, before starting the audit or during the audit, you should demand certain reports from bank manager that sir, please provide the reports and we want to check the comments. Con- Concurrent audit we had already discussed. I am not going to discuss on that. RBI compliance report we had already discussed. Internal audit report we had already discussed. Stock audit report. If there is any borrower and the exposure in excess of 5 crore rupees, in that case, stock audit report is mandatory and stock audit should be done by a chartered accountant. Okay, sir. So in that case, you should demand the stock audit report. So for that purposes, first from your advances sheet which you have taken from the branch manager, you should prepare the list on which the limit has crossed before stock audit. Okay, the sanction amount is crossed for stock audit, that is of 5 CR rupees. For those account, you should demand a stock audit from the branch manager, or you should check the stock audit report from the physical file which is maintained under the branch. Okay, so in that case, You should take that note of the auditor. The stock auditor will provide you certain notes in the stock audit report. You should carefully check all those things. After that, you should check, because when an auditor is doing the stock audit, in that case, he will provide you the data regarding the stock, because he has done the physical verification of the stock at the various location of that borrower. In that case, from that stock from stock statement, that is one stock from stock statement. From that stock, you should compare the stock which is available in the stock statement, or if there is any difference, that means if there is any higher amount of difference, or if there is any significant difference on the same date. And suppose if stock statement is not on same date, if there is a gap of 3 month 2 month, in that case, how you can check? You can take the stock statement, add purchases, less sales और margin को adjust करके you can calculate the closing figure, and all. And now if there is any difference, in that case you should report the same, because this is also a significant indication for fraud. There is a chances of fraud. This is a fraud prone area. So these are the logics, these are the things, these are the points, these are the techniques from which we can check the fraud area in the banking. Okay, sir. Also, you may do one thing on 31st March 2022. If the entity is a corporate, that is your company private limited, in that case the stock which is available on MCA portal, that is on the audited financial statement, you can compare the stock with the stock statement provided by that entity to the bank branch. Okay, and you should not compare for 31st March, you should compare for 30th June. And sir, how you can check for 30th June? Add purchases, add purchase, less sales and margin, and adjust that figure. And if there is any significant difference, in that case you can say that there is a chances of fraud, or the applicant is providing that is fictitious data to the bank regarding stock statement, and maximum cases you found the same. So this is our responsibility as an auditor to verify these things, and this plays a very important role while deciding the NP or while providing the MOC, memorandum of changes. So, sir, you got my point regarding stock audit report. You should compare the stock from the stock statement or from the balance sheet, and also you should, if there is a difference, there is a timeline difference, or the stock audit report is on another date and the stock statement is another date. In that case, you can adjust the sales and purchase and found the figure. Okay, sir. So that is what is the way you can do, and you can found certain things. If there is applicability of forensic audit, you can check the forensic audit report also, and you can take significant note for it. Compliance with the IS audit report. If IS audit is mandatory in any bank branch, in that case you can take note of that IS audit report, compliance of that IS audit report. And if there is any queries unanswered by the bank manager or by the regional office, in that case you should take note of it. Okay, sir. So compliance of with IS audit report, in maximum banks, IS audit is mandatory. So we need to take note of it also. Application of interest in CBS, check the correct rate in the interest is provided in CBS, sir. When you are demanding for interest, and when you are talking from interest point of view with the branch manager will say that, sir, everything is automatic in our bank, and everything is done by the CBS core banking software, and interest is also calculated by the core banking system. So the calculation is perfect. Don't waste your time on it. Just take, this is the most important point. Just take a note of it, because yes, CBS is doing the calculation. Yes, all the process is automatic way. Yes, interest calculation is perfect, but this is completely depend on the rate which you entered in the CBS software. If you entered a wrong rate in the CBS software, in that case the output will be wrong, and on that behalf you can provide MOC. I am not going to discuss on that, okay, how you can provide the MOC to the bank. No, I am just going to discuss what are the area on which there is a chances of fraud or manipulation. So we just need to take care when we are going to take the list of advances. Sir, complete audit. I am going to decide the complete audit on the behalf of that one list. Advances list, we should demand a rate wise or product wise. Okay. And also demand one circular from the bank manager. That's a provide one circular regarding rates. or compare the rate which is available on that circular, or compare the rate which is applicable in the Excel sheet. You will found, and if there is any difference, in that case you can issue the MOC, or the interest rate or interest calculation or interest amount is not correct. In that case, this has to be carefully examined. Okay, sir. So take note of it. Also, in certain cases, you should check when you are going to check the physical file of that note. In that case, you should check the sanction letter also. Sanction letter also, because the rate is also mentioned in the sanction letter itself. So this is also our responsibility, that we should check the sanction letter and the terms of that sanction on sample basis, or we should check the sanction letter for come se come minimum. We should check the sanction letter for the loan sanction in the financial year in which we are going to do the audit. Okay, sir. Girishji, you will got the recording by tomorrow morning. Okay. My team will provide you the recording, or the link of that recording will be provided to you, not an issue. So feel free for that. You will got the recording by tomorrow morning, and for tomorrow session you will got the recording by day after tomorrow. So, sir, in our today's session, we had discussed about the planning part, the documentation parts which we should maintain, the steps for taking the audit, what reports we should submit to the bank branch, or the reports which we should be take care at the time of doing the bank branch audit. Sir, if anyone has any query, you may raise the query in the chat box. I am here to provide the replies. Or if there is no any query, then I am going to sign off for today, and we will meet on tomorrow sharp by 6 p.m. Or if you have any query post session, then you may raise the query in the WhatsApp group. I will provide you the reply within the given time. Or if you require anything regarding the bank branch audit, you can provide the same. And the group is available till the conclusion of the bank branch audit. During the bank branch audit, if you found any issue, you can raise the same in the WhatsApp group. I will provide you the reply within a given time. Sir, if you have any query, then please raise the queries, or we can sign off for today. ओके सर, थैंक यू, गुड नाइट, एंड मिलते हैं कल शार्प 6 p.m. और इफ यू फाउंड एनी क्वेरी, प्लीज रेज द सेम इन द चैट बॉक्स और इन द व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप. थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू. आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ यू द फीडबैक रिगार्डिंग द सेशन. ओके सर, थैंक यू.